Well, in a state where agriculture and natural resources play such a vital role in Oklahoma's economy, a rivalry has developed along the Red River that's pitting the agricultural interests of southwest Oklahoma against those further east that depend upon tourism dollars for their economic livelihood. Russ Joel explains.
Southwest Oklahoma is an area known for its wide open spaces, tall mountains, and sweeping prairies. It's a region filled with natural beauty, but lacking an adequate water supply, something the locals know all too well.
We are in a very arid part of the state. Our average rainfall is somewhere around 24 inches. It's not adequate enough to grow a good, consistent, high-yielding crop.
Tom Buchanan is manager of the Lugert-Altus Irrigation District and says growers in the region must contend with scarce precipitation.
And then when you take into consideration that it's sporadic at best, we get our rainfalls in the spring and in the fall. During our growing season, it becomes extremely dry and hot and windy. We are very much dependent upon a source of irrigation water to have those consistent, high-yielding, high-quality crops. It's an absolute necessity.
A necessity that would seem most likely to be served by the most prominent water source in the area, the Red River. And while it does traverse the entire southwest quadrant of the state, most of its water is unfit to be used. David Braddock is with Altus Economic Development.
This area was an ancient sea, and the salt's collected, and there's a zone underneath the ground now that's just full of salt. And we have some springs along the western edge of Oklahoma. There's a spring that bubbles up through that salt formation, and thus, once the water gets to the surface, it's just full of salt. It's unusable for cattle, and it's unusable to irrigate out of or anything else, or for municipal purposes.
A conundrum for which David may have a solution.
If we can contain that, keep it in its own lake, kind of create a salt lake, then we'll be able to allow the good water to come on through, and possibly we can contain that and create a new water supply for agriculture, municipal, industrial. There's all types of possibilities.
A dream that may not be far from reality. The Army Corps of Engineers is currently looking at a proposal to construct a desalination plant in the area, providing clean, fresh water for the region.
And it really would provide us potentially water for the next 100 years. It would add to what we already have. We've done a pretty good job of collecting what we have in this area. This will just really expand the opportunity that we have to collect water from our region, a very dry region most of the time.
It's a winning scenario for southwest Oklahoma. They get a clean, reliable source of water provided through federal funding. So what's the debate? Why are we talking about it? Who could possibly not want to bring good water to southwest Oklahoma? For starters, fishermen. The Red River flows right into Lake Texoma, which is one of the top fisheries in the nation. Barry Bolton is Oklahoma's chief of fisheries and says the project could spell disaster for one of Oklahoma's natural treasures.
It has a very high price tag for wildlife and for Oklahoma taxpayers, and we believe that it needs to be revisited.
At issue is the very salt the proposed project would remove.
What happens is when you remove those chlorides from the system, you can increase the time that it takes for the turbidity to precipitate out. Layman's terms, what you're talking about is that you will have the lake staying turbid or muddy longer than it would otherwise.
As water from the river flows into the lake, it brings with it tons of mud and dirt particles, which cloud the lake. Under normal conditions, the salt that accompanies those particles actually clears the water in just a matter of days. But if the salinity levels are reduced, that process could take weeks instead of days, devastating the ecology of the lake.
When it takes weeks instead of days for the lake to clear up, what you end up with is a reduction in primary productivity, and that means that the fish will grow more slowly, that you will have fewer fish in that system as that lake stays muddy or turbid longer.
Which spells bad news for the burgeoning fishing industry in the area. Mike Warnham is one of the many striper guides on the lake and says an unfishable lake would mean economic disaster.
I think they've estimated it, the striper fishing tourism in this area, as far as this lake's concerned, is somewhere around anywhere from $50 to $60 million a year in revenue. And you take that out, and it would just decimate these three county areas, both on Oklahoma and Texas.
This 2,000 acre approximately brine storage lake would over time eventually become a Dead Sea. You would have issues with salinity and with selenium that would impact both fish and wildlife. This obviously isn't a very good match for our mission as a Fish and Wildlife Agency in this state.
But the fact remains that southwest Oklahoma is dependent on agriculture, which in turn is dependent on a consistent supply of clean water.
We have to develop a new water resource, a consistent water source in southwest Oklahoma to allow our agrarian portion of our economy to grow. Because regardless of what people think about southwest Oklahoma, if you live here or not, we are an extremely rich agriculture portion of the state. We will never be, in my opinion, a large metropolitan area. I'm not sure I want anybody else here. I love what I got and I'm not sure I want to share it. However, what we do need to capitalize on are our agriculture possibilities.
Spurring a rivalry between two regions in Oklahoma dependent on one river.
Now, the Corps of Engineers chloride control project that is causing the controversy is still years away in the making. But a similar project in Texas is now up and running and provides the drinking water for Wichita Falls.